Well, guys, as Christmas approaches, we're going to continue with our Advent readings and continue to prepare our heart for the birth of Christ, but not only the birth of Christ, but more importantly for us, the second coming of Christ. So this is going to be December the 7th. We're going to be in Luke chapter 1, verses 18 through 25. And just to kind of set the tone, last night we found out that Zacharias and Elizabeth were going to become pregnant, even though they were up in their age, up in their years, and Elizabeth had been barren her whole life. They'd never conceived a child. An angel came to Zacharias while he was in the temple by the altar of incense doing his priestly duties, and that's where we're going to pick up in Luke chapter 1, verses 18 through 25. And Zacharias said to the angel, "How shall I know this? For I am an old man, and my wife is well advanced in years." And the angel answered and said to him, "I am Gabriel, who stands in the presence of God, and was sent to speak to you and bring you these glad tidings. But behold, you will be mute and not able to speak until the day these things take place, because you did not believe my words, which will be fulfilled in their own time." And the people waited for Zacharias and marveled that he lingered so long in the temple. But when he came out, he could not speak to them. And they perceived that he had seen a vision in the temple, for he beckoned to them and remained speechless. So it was, as soon as the days of his service were completed, that he departed to his own house. Now after those days his wife Elizabeth conceived, and she hid herself 5 months, saying, "Thus the Lord has dealt with me in the days when he looked on me, to take away my reproach among the people." So here we are. Zacharias sees this angel, and I think like a lot of us would do, the first thing he does is he hears this good news, but instead of focusing on what's in front of him and like, man, this is awesome, the first thing he does is questions, like, how is that possible? Why is this going to happen? Instead of just accepting the gift that God has given him. And Gabriel says, here's how you're going to know. You asked for a sign. Basically, here's how you're going to know. You're going to be mute until all of this comes to pass. You're not going to be able to speak. And, sometimes I think we're all guilty of asking for signs or for something from the Lord to let us know exactly what he's saying is going to happen is true, even though he doesn't have to justify it to us. But sometimes the sign or the signal we want from God isn't going to be the way we want it to be. Zacharias here probably was just wanting to say, well, man, God's good. He's going to take care of you. He's seen how faithful you've been and how faithful your wife's been, and he has a plan for your son, and this is exactly the way that plan's going to work. But that's not the way God works. God wants us to act in faith. And Zacharias here had a chance to act in faith and say, man, this is awesome. I'm ready. But instead he questioned how it was all going to work. So just a little food for thought, guys. Thank y'all for joining us. Hope you make it back tomorrow night. We love you. God bless you. Y'all keep praying.